Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be showing you our lightning crossbow build. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a Grosgore kill just to show you how fast it actually kills him. And then we'll go talk about gear and skill tree. So yeah, that was a 0-second kill. As you can see, it does some damage. So let's talk about skill tree. First things that I would spec into is Thief, because this passive is really amazing. It gives a ton of flat movement speed, and also early game it lets you turn invisible, and in a pinch that's really helpful. And I come straight down it for some dodge chance. A lot of these nodes aren't all that helpful for us, but this one is great. This one is fantastic because it adds an extra dodge roll, and this is really what I was going for. So this allows you to dodge roll through enemies, which stops you from getting body blocked, which to me was one of the biggest factors of frustration in this game. And then after that tree, I come down Hunter, go straight for that 5% to all damage done with ranged weapons, and then come up here for this impairing shots node, and immediately grab the impairing ammunition, have a chance to gain 1 charge each time you perform a critical strike. So that is this skill here, and you can actually cycle between poison, bleed, and extra crit damage. I pretty much opt to always use the extra crit damage because we don't actually scale ferocity with this build, so any source of crit damage is really helpful. As soon as you get that, just come up here into Elementalist. This just scales our lightning damage really nicely and allows just your basic auto attack to clear white mobs pretty easily just with the shock effect. So that's really nice. Then basically you just come straight up Legionary. This gives a great passive effect on your buff bar, which gives you a bunch of attack speed, which is helpful because we don't really scale that. Just come straight up here for the crossbow damage node and the two-hand damage node, which does apply to crossbows. And then come over here to get the 20% agility and this 3% dodge chance in Trickster. It's really helpful. And this, of course, is our bread and butter. This power coating and extra charges for power coating. That allows our lightning, our crossbow shots to either have a fire effect, an ice effect, or a lightning effect, which we obviously are pretty much always using the lightning effect. The only time I ever used the ice effect was leveling up because freezing mobs is pretty helpful. And we come over here for 15% to your dodge roll traveling distance. This node is unfortunately wasted, but it leads us to +1 maximum stamina, so we have a total of 6 dodge rolls with this build, which is really, really nice. And then you want to get all the ranged nodes down here and take this lethal strikes plus the extended lethal strikes, because since we are a 100% dodge build, we are not getting hit, and the only thing that knocks lethal strikes off is getting hit. So we're constantly at 20 stacks, which is plus 80% to physical damage. So that's a huge buff to our damage. And then you come up here into Trickster, because this Killer Instinct is helpful for killing Grosgore if you don't have quite enough gear to one-shot him. It applies a debuff to him and lets you do a little more damage. And this plus 20% agility node after it is very crucial to our agility stacking. These points over here are kind of yours to do what you please. I just chose to go over here because it gives us a little bit of extra critical damage against full life enemies, and since we one-shot everything anyway, I figured that was the first hit is the only hit that matters, and that node is pretty good. So in terms of gear, you want a 3-slot crossbow, preferably with a % physical damage roll and a high base damage roll. Then you put in 3 physical damage jewels, and you're set basically. And then in terms of your gear, very important to get jewel slots on all of your jewelry, or gem slots. I'm not sure if they're gems or jewels, but 20% extra movement speed on jewels. Like we have 8.9 base movement speed, which goes up to 10.3 once we've killed a couple mobs. I'll show you that in the dungeon in just a second. Then basically you just want to get % agility and flat agility on all your gear. I'm still missing a correct base for my shoulder piece. I'll get plus 1% agility there. I have some, like, I need to upgrade my cape and both of my rings, so my agility can easily go above 1500. Another huge tip are potions. So potions have these permanent when equipped stats. So you want to look for, and they can roll up to 3 permanent when equipped stats, okay? I don't have any permanent when equipped stats that have 3 rolls yet, unfortunately. But the dream would be plus 4% to agility, plus 4% to all attributes, and plus 4 to physical damage. So I'm working towards that, so easily going to attain 1500 agility in this build. Here you can see we got 100% chance to crit at all times. Our crit damage is kind of low, but like I said, it doesn't matter because we're literally one-shotting everything anyway. So I'll show you a quick dungeon run. We basically get top 10 dungeon leaderboard every day with this build. Right now we're 7th place. That was our first run of the day, and I'm sure we could push it higher. I'm just going to quickly run through here. I'm not going to pick any chests up, so I might trigger you, but I'm just going to show you a clear and how fast you go. Also, really nice, get this holy dive skill from the Templar vendor. It's amazing quality of life, just being able to like jump over certain annoying obstacles. So as you can see, we're very fucking fast. 10.3. Nothing can touch us. It's basically very safe, very fast, high damage build. It's by far my favorite spec that I've been playing in this game so far. I've tried quite a few builds, so I highly recommend it to anybody. And yeah, I guess I'll get to the boss room and show you guys that before I end the video. And yeah, so arrow rain for like clearing giant rooms like that, spread shot for just walking through the dungeon and clearing fast. So there you go. There you have it. This is lightning crossbow. Fantastic build. Last tip for anyone playing this: you could easily play this build with like 400 or 500 less agility and pump the rest of that 400 or 500 points into ferocity. That would give you way bigger crits, but you would lose your 100% chance to dodge, and you would lose the massive amount of movement speed. So that is really up to you. I opt for the pure agility just because that's what I like, and yeah, so you can figure that one out for yourself. And I hope you guys enjoy this build, and hope you guys enjoy Wolcen. Have a good one.